What's up, YouTube? It's your boy
Solo Jolo.
Mike Max is back at it again with another critical hit video for you guys. Today we just got a question, man. Question for y'all.
You know,
what's going on with Insomniac? Are you Insomniac? Are y'all okay?
You know,
like what's happening?
You know, it hasn't been the nicest. You know, other studios have definitely had it worse this year. Don't get me wrong, but y'all got, you know, I know y'all sweating over there too, because because it's been a wild year for you guys too. You feel me?
Been a hell of a
year. Most certainly, you know.
So guys, before we get into it, what we even talking about, let's just rewind it back to the beginning,
Let's take you all the way back, to the end of 2023 Game Awards.
All right, so
Spider-Man 2 was out. It was one of the biggest games. It was one of the games on everybody's mind and mouth, right? It was Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, and Spider-Man 2. Those were the games like, these three games are going to win all the awards. We get to the Game Awards, Spider-Man 2 didn't win anything. It was nominated for a lot, like 7 awards, right? It was nominated for Game of the Year. It was nominated for Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Performance, Best... Yeah, most definitely. He killed it. Best Action and Adventure Game, Innovation and Accessibility, Best Audio Design. It was nominated for a lot of stuff. None of it. One, absolutely none. Not one. And I know, as somebody who's worked on stuff before, you know, you want to go at things with a humble mind. You know, it's like, I'm glad we worked on something that's appreciated so much. You get nominated for almost everything.
Yeah.
But also from the same standpoint, it's like, man, none of it. We didn't win nothing. Not one.
We didn't win anything.
We didn't walk away with nothing.
No.
I know that hurts your ego. That hurts you know, whether you want to address it or not. That always gonna hurt your ego. Then of course, if you also don't remember, around the same time, there was these members of like this group threatening to leak a whole bunch of Insomniac stuff for money.
I don't know how much of a threat it was. They actually did.
Right. But like we like move forward to the end of December after the Game Awards. They read the page all over to the left. We move forward to the end of December after the Game Awards. Basically, everything dealing with the entire studio's leaked. All of it. Right? I remember there were murmurs about people having builds of Wolverine. Right? We've seen no gameplay of Wolverine. We've seen nothing of Wolverine other than the trailers. Right? There was a whole lit of Venom game. Right. Everything with the studio, right? Even everything with the studio got leaked, and that's an insane thing to happen. I can't point to one of the times something like that has happened to a studio. Can you? Because I can't even fathom. That's crazy.
No. I can't fathom anything that's like this, and something like this going on at a studio in 1 year, and it not affecting most of the operation.
Right. Like even if it's just down to like you as a your mentality, you know, like how you thinking about your own position in the company, like mentally, right. It's like, man, I know that is crazy, right? And I also remember coming out of the Game Awards, everybody was talking about how they felt about the game, right? Because they felt like the whole gaming community, I felt, was split directly in half.
Yeah.
You had people who were completely fine with it not winning anything.
Yeah.
Then you had people who completely bashed the other games because Spider-Man didn't. Spider-Man didn't.
There was
anything,
a lot of
right?
like unfair Baldur's Gate bashing.
Exactly. We both played the game. I 100% did. I know.
I 100%.
Yeah, he 100% did. How did you feel about the game?
I loved it. Shit. I told you, dog. My biggest gripe was that it wasn't long enough.
You know,
I wanted more of the game.
No, exactly.
Mary Jane looked a little weird, but
yeah,
you said Peter looked weird. It looked weird at first, but then I compared, our current model of Peter to the original. I'm like, well, the original looked kind of crazy compared to the new one, but you said the new one looked a little too young, and I don't know. It is what it is now.
It is far as design.
But those are like so minor.
Yeah. True.
I still felt like the game could have been Game of the Year at the time, but also in addition to that though, I only really felt like it could be game of the year because like last year, when you really think about it, it was so dry as far as like peak games.
Yeah. I feel obviously I love the game most definitely, almost perfect. I do feel like the fact that it was so short does put a huge check against the game too, though, because I know a lot of people personally who I worked with in my actual job, they're like didn't want to play the game, didn't want to buy the game because it wasn't it was gonna be like maybe an evening for them, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they value their, you know, saying that they value their you know the economic decisions before their enjoyment.
I specifically remember intentionally not finishing the game, like, and intentionally dragging it for an entire week to make sure I don't beat it in a day or two.
You know, like I bought the game, played
and when
it.
I did get to the end, I was sad because wow, I could not finish the game. Because, like, dude, I was telling you, like, by the time I got to the end, I'd have done every side quest. I told you, I 100% the game because I was trying not to finish it. Like, I was like, nah, I don't want to beat the main story. Let me do everything on this map before. Because once I got to having the Venom suit and stuff, I'm like, okay, it's getting a little real now.
Yeah.
It's getting a little real.
Yeah.
And once I did the Dr. Connors mission and stuff like that, okay, hold on. Okay. The story is getting too juicy now. And I feel like it's going to be over. So I did the entire I just did everything else in the game.
You know, it's like I remember buying it, I remember playing it, having geeked out over every little thing dealing with the game, the little interactions. Whenever you whenever you start the side quests, those characters get introduced into the city, so like they can randomly jump into the fights. I remember geeking out over every time I'd see Miles or freaking Harry as Agent Venom nigga or whatever.
Or freaking Yuri.
Yeah, or Yuri, like those interactions, that all of it, like the way the endings of the side quests played out. Yeah. I remember geeking out over every little thing dealing with the game. Then I remember beating it before I went to work. You know, and that also hit crazy. They did hit crazy. You feel me? It did. I don't know necessarily if it would have deserved Game of the Year, but some of those other awards, most definitely, it should have won. It should have won.
I feel like it should have won 6 out of the 7 awards.
Yeah, it should have won more of those.
Like
awards,
even in hindsight,
I definitely agree that it beat out Baldur's Gate in a couple of those awards. Baldur's Gate basically won all of those. Fair enough, but hey, it is what it is.
I wasn't mad at Baldur's Gate winning Game of the Year. I was mad at the sweep.
Yeah, exactly. I was mad. I was mad. They basically walked away with all of the awards.
I was mad.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know,
swept the Game of the Awards. It's like, bro, I understand the game's a good game of what kind of game it is. Like, it's the best. What is it? RTS, RPG? Not RTS. RPG. And it's the kind of RPG that I myself personally don't really care to play because it wasn't like a third-person action RPG. But I do respect the place that those kinds of games have in gaming. I just could not get behind the whole Game Awards basically just glazing Baldur's Gate. And I just did and Spider-Man wins nothing.
You know,
that's really what it is. Like, I don't.
That's what for as crazy as Baldur's Gate winning everything, is less about it winning everything and more about Spider-Man walking away with nothing. Yeah, it's more so about that.
I wanted to be able to clap for Baldur's Gate 3 and Spider-Man for winning deserving awards at the Game Awards.
Most definitely, yeah. You know, me also personally, I don't necessarily. I can enjoy those games, but haven't been known to necessarily flock towards those games or spend nearly as much time as those types of games as others. You feel me? I'm definitely, saying, more so into third person real time action rather than the turn based thing. It's never been my cup of tea. I can definitely recognize the game though, because like I see VODs of people playing the game, and it's like over 12 hours.
It
And
was
it's like, jeez, the game seems long as all living get out. People seem to really have fun with it. I could definitely give
It's
the game
not
of
the
the
kind
year.
of game that I know I would be able to have the kind of time to sink into it to really enjoy the game.
Most definitely. I can definitely acknowledge that, yeah, it probably should win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man not walking away with anything definitely hit crazy for everybody, I feel, honestly. And I definitely feel like it is a 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 game for sure. And it definitely deserves more.
Definitely.
But then, you know, say we roll around towards today, where it's been basically radio silent since then. Since the leaks and since the Game Awards, it's been basically nothing but talking about the game, right?
And then we finally get news.
We finally get news.
Finally getting.
Hey, no, the DLC's been canceled. All that's canceled. No, none of it. You know, and
So all the stuff in the leaks has been canceled, which I knew was gonna happen. I was like, they're not doing any of this. I remember me and you was like, I don't want to say going back. I was Insomniac, because like y'all. Here's what I'm saying. When I say y'all, I'm not talking.
right.
I know the hackers aren't gonna see.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Hackers. All the skill and time and effort it takes to successfully hack into a company. Of all the companies you could have hacked into, you choose Insomniac Games.
Yo.
Why didn't you hack Wells Fargo? Why didn't you hack ExxonMobil? Why didn't you hack any of these other companies that have actively destroying the freaking world, right?
Especially since it was actually just about money, dog. That's what killed me at the time, because like
y'all wanted some money, bro.
They wanted Insomniac to pay them, or they were gonna sell the leaked information.
Out their info, and I'm like, yo, dog.
So many other. There's so many better ways to use your nefarious skills to get money. Here we are, picking on Insomniac.
Y'all could have really, dog. It's an election year.
Why?
It's an election year. Y'all could have released damning documents from either one of these candidates. Like, what's going on?
It's just mind-boggling. Genuinely just mind-boggling.
Why are game companies more susceptible to leaks and stuff like that? On that hacks, not even leaks, hacks.
Right.
Why are the gaming companies way more susceptible to those types of things and those types of threats? And when I mean susceptible, I mean, why are y'all targeting video game companies?
Right. Why are they the popular target? Why?
I don't understand.
I don't get why.
Because
that's why. It's wild. It's absolutely
you don't
wild.
really get a reward for it. Like, you don't even really get money.
Look.
When's the last time you heard of a game company giving these folks some money over some
like,
no,
bro.
You supposed to hack the government or some type of corporation that has ties with the government or the mob or something, like to get the kind of reward that you're looking for.
Something that makes more sense.
I don't understand that. And if you were talking about, oh, do you want to release it to the public so that the public can have something? I'm like, bro, we don't give a damn about this. We wanted those games. We don't care about a dev build, a pre 0.1 alpha build of Wolverine. We don't give a shit about that. In the long run,
you know.
And that's what I'm saying. It is a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah.
Everyone involved. Yeah. You have ruined the lives of all of these game developers. That's another thing. It wasn't just we gotta make sure we iterate. It wasn't just the video game information got leaked. These people's social security, information were leaked.
Like I said, basically, from what I understood, almost everything about the company got leaked.
Have
so
effectively ruined the lives of these, these developers.
Terrible.
And for what? Nobody got anything out of it. The leaks have come and gone. Nobody remembers them.
Right. Nothing is coming of it.
We can't even go pull up any footage of the leaks now. They're all gone.
Right, they all gotta take it out. Like,
so
like we could maybe scrounge for it, but like who cares? Who gets to scrounge up? It test extreme early test footage of Wolverine at this point. I bet the game looks totally different. The build looks totally different at this point.
I did see that test footage.
Right.
And it was really cool.
Extra early test footage build. Like, bro.
And it was really cool. I just don't get it. I just don't get why that was even a thing. I don't understand why it happened at all.
Right. Yeah. Here we are. We getting no DLC. I remember beating the Carnage side story.
And I just knew that was going to be the
being
DLC.
so ready for Carnage DLC. I was so ready for Carnage DLC. You don't understand. I needed that in my life. Oh man, Chameleon. Oh, that's such a crazy. It's such a crazy character to attack. And it hasn't been touched in forever.
The only bright side I have in all of this is if they're canceling all of the DLC for Spider-Man 2, then that just means, in my most optimistic brain, that just means that all of that's gonna be in Spider-Man 3. So when Spider-Man 3 finally comes out, that's gonna be a chunky ass game. If they put all of it, because they're gonna have to wrap up all of that stuff.
Yeah, they gotta wrap up all of this stuff.
So now, I guess the bright side of this is that we're definitely gonna get a really, really meaty Spider-Man 3, like a really good finale to the game, to the trilogy.
Being optimistic, but
that's the most optimistic.
It would be the most optimistic.
Like I don't want to be all doom and gloom, because what's the point in?
For sure, most definitely.
This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a fun hobby. I don't want to think doom and gloom about my fun hobby. I don't want to go down that road.
For sure. But yeah.
I think we're gonna have all of that stuff. The DLC is canceled because all of that stuff's gonna be in Spider-Man 3. They just said, why work on the DLC? Why do all of that? They're probably stretched thin. A bunch of people got fired. That's another thing. A bunch of people got laid off. The Sony layoff did happen.
Yeah,
So they probably don't even have the manpower or are not willing to
ballooning costs of production.
Yeah, come on. Spider-Man 3 was what, $200-300 million game.
Exactly. So it very well could just be so let's chill out. Let's hold off. You feel me? And though this does leave Spider-Man 2 in it is a beat it in the evening game sort of state. It only hope builds hope, I guess, for the future. We can look at it that way. Most definitely is the way I want to look at it. For sure.
And let's also not get it twisted. I still say Spider-Man 2 is the superior game than Spider-Man the first one. Strictly off
gameplay.
The gameplay alone.
Strictly off gameplay, yes.
The gameplay alone.
Superior, yeah.
Very much superior, because one of my hot takes has always been, and obviously we haven't said it here on Critical Hit yet, but one of my hot takes is I think we need to get rid of the weapon wheel as a feature in video games. Because weapon wheels in games such as, like I said, I didn't like it. I don't want it in, I understand it in games like Doom, where it's like the game is super, super fast and you got like 17 guns you can pick from. So I kind of need a weapon wheel, right? I like that they got rid of it in games like Spider-Man, where it's like, well, you're Spider-Man, you got a lot, you can make time in the gameplay. You don't have to slow it down. You know what I'm saying? He has Spidey sense. You can just jump smooth out of combat at any time. Like, hell, Miles can turn invisible and jump away. Like, I don't think we need.
Yeah, I definitely feel
in games like this. I don't think he needs to be able to sit and slow down time. But Ratchet and Clank, it makes sense.
The weapon wheel as a game function has its place, but I do feel like it's become sort of a checklist item that game developers put in their game.
Too many games have weapon wheels, and I don't think every game needs weapon wheels, especially a game like this.
And so, with the cancellation of the DLC, where does that leave us now? Well, nowhere. They haven't said anything. It's basically, like I said before, maybe I don't know if I said before, it's basically radio silent. They haven't talked about any of the saying how they've been affected and the internals of how they're doing it all. It's just like, it's silent. We're waiting on Wolverine, I guess. We're waiting on, apparently the Venom game is happening.
I don't know. We don't know anymore.
I was going to say it was in the leaks. That's what we know.
According to
That's
the
all
leaks.
we know.
But hell, the leaks also said we was finna get some Spider-Man 2 DLC, and that ain't happening. So now,
and we see now that they can say no.
Now the leaks are basically null and void.
Right. Now that Insomniac's in a state where they're just saying, no, it's not happening no more. That could very well not be the case either. So,
guys, bottom line is this. When they do come out and say something, we need all to support them, because at the end of the day, Insomniac is one of the last bastions of creativity and good gaming we have right now in the AAA space. Let's not get it twisted.
Nobody's really innovating in this space. Insomniac. So.
And even if we can debate on innovation, iteration, and advancing and evolution of what's working already, we still get that from them.
You know, so most definitely. Just want to come out, you know what I'm saying, and support the crazy that they've had with the outcome of this DLC cancellation that I've realized. It's like, you know, just looking back, like, man, they haven't been having a good go with it. It's been rough.
Nah, it's been bad.
Rough. It's been rough. It's definitely been rough. But presumably they had their nose to the grind working on their Wolverine, which I know for sure is just gonna hit crazy. I already know it is.
Yeah.
I already know it is.
If it's all hands on deck, if it's all hands on deck, in regards to that project, then I know they're got to be aiming for Game of the Year. Because I know that if it was me, that wouldn't be sitting right with me.
You know, like I said,
it wouldn't be sitting right.
It affects your ego. You're not, you know, you're in the conversations, but you're never the guy. You feel me? It definitely starts affecting your ego. Right. Most definitely. So I know they definitely working hard. Most definitely. My heart goes out to them, man.
Yeah, we're praying for y'all Insomniac Games, man. Keep it up, man. And just keep it going, man. Keep doing your best. Take all the time you guys need. Give us the best products you can, because we need y'all. Yeah. We need y'all to keep firing on all cylinders. Take some time off and get some more cylinders and fire on them too.
God, find some more cylinders and then fire on them too.
But yeah, guys.
Yeah, no.
But hey, that's it for this one, guys. We're gonna see y'all in the next one. We appreciate everybody who likes and comments. Good comments, bad comments. Keep the conversation going, man.
I'm definitely up here laughing at the racist Asmund Gold apology.
Oh yeah, that's
y'all are funny.
Y'all are hilarious.
I'm laughing at every single one.
We love all of you guys.
Keep it.
Y'all
really laughing at y'all really makes my evening.
Yeah, no. Every time we get,
it's amazing.
Every time we get called the N-word in the comment, it just lights me up. It warms my heart.
Was somebody put 2 and then the monkey emoji?
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus. Just freezer levels of racism.
Just freezer levels.
Freezer levels of racism.
Like, shout out to the Asmund bots, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, guys, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.